All right, Shalom. It's your brother Quashab coming back at you with another lesson. Now, before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to your apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Tell me it's true and rule well. In peace, blessings. Excuse me. In peace, blessings, salutations be to the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel and may you endure to the end, Lord willing. All right, and I just want to get into a quick lesson today, right? Another M.O.T.B episode, just going into Synchron and their brain-computer interface, which is, as you can see, is going to be compatible with the iPhone, all right, or Apple, all right, and just another step closer, man, all right. Now it says Synchron will enable thought control of Apple devices with brain implant. Users implanted with Synchron's BCI will be able to control iPhone, iPad, and Apple Vision Pro with their thoughts without physical movement or voice commands. All right. And, this is what they're ultimately trying to preach to you. Convenience. You see, you won't. And it's funny, because in one of the last lessons I did going into the M.O.T.B, I believe I was speaking about it maybe at camp or something. It's funny because I was saying, you will be the phone. All right, you will become the phone, the call, the text. All right, all you have to do is think about it, and it's some way, somehow, however these devils have figured this out, you're gonna be able to do it, man. And I referenced this commercial I seen with this chick. She was talking. She just had her hand like to her head. And she was just talking. And it was like they didn't know what she was talking from, how she could hear, but that's how she was communicating with somebody on the other line, And that's what a glimpse into the NWO would look like. You have episodes on Black Mirror, different things like that to actually show you, how they actually plan on things being, But it says the New York-based Synchron, a brain computer interface company, announced it will be the first BCI company to reach native integration with Apple's new BCI human interface device profile unveiled on May 13th. All right. It says to avoid open brain surgery, Synchron uses a minimally invasive endovascular procedure. Not unlike the placement of cardiovascular stents, neural signals are captured by Synchron's Stentrol BCI implant. The company's technology is intended. Okay, now it's telling you what their purpose is for. It's intended to allow one to control digital devices like an iPhone, iPad, Apple Vision Pro using their thoughts. So it's not for nothing else, all right, but for you to be hands-free, okay? Hands-free, man. And where you can actually control all of these things with your hands, man. Salaki, I keep yawning, but this is what it is, man. This is what it's come down to. And it's clearly telling you what the intent of this thing is, right? Now, let's go to 2 Corinthians 2:11. Yep. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, man. All right, and this is all that they're doing. All right. They're getting this power from the left-hand side, according to 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, and around the 9th verse. They're getting all of this power from the left-hand side, okay, which they pray to the spiritual demon Satan, all right, and talking about the so-called elites, all right, the wicked, according to the scriptures, all right. And this is what we're saying, that Satan can't get an advantage of us because we are not ignorant of these devices, man. All right, we know according to Revelation 13 and 16 that there will be a mark, which is a charagma, okay, a thing that's implanted or goes beneath the skin. All right. So we're not ignorant of these new devices, these schemes, these things that Satan has has the wicked coming up with. All right, and this is what they ultimately want to do anyway. All right, they want to allow. Just highlight it real quick. This is what they want to do. Allow one to control digital devices like an iPhone, iPad, or Apple Vision Pro, and it's specifically targeted with Apple, man. When are you Jakes gonna wake up, man? All right. Who majority of the world, okay? Majority of the world uses Apple. Let's see. I want to come back to this and read it, but let's see. All right. How many people in the world use Apple products? Apple reports having over 2.35 billion active devices worldwide as of January 31st, 2025. All right. Over 2 billion people, man, are out here using, whether it's the iPhone, right, the watch, the pad, over 2 billion people, man. And with some of them, like me, myself personally, I have a MacBook, all right? I have 2 phones, all right? And, this is exactly the type of things, for certain people who in which I don't live, I usually use my MacBook when I was in school or whatnot, but, now I use it for the truth. Okay. I have, just me personally, I have multiple iPads in my house. It's and it's just a average person, man. All right. Just the average person with all of these devices. So that's why I say let's Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of these devices, because when a lot of these people see these type of, we can get a brain chip and I can actually get on my computer, or I can get on my iPad, or I can call somebody from the phone, and I can still have, I don't even need to wear my watch anymore, because these devices, all right, are going to be a stumbling block unto the wicked, man, okay? These devices will be a stumbling block unto the wicked, man. And you can't say that the prophets haven't went into these things, all right, these different technologies, all right, these different new things that they're coming out with, okay, to help forward the M.O.T.B, and people are going to take this and knowing that, it's more convenient, right? Which is why I always say convenience is going to have blood on its hand, man, all right? Convenience will have blood on its hands, you see? Because we know that what the judgment written is for those who take the image of the beast. Not the image of the beast, but the mark, right? Which is the charagma, all right? Now, when it goes down, it says, read the highlighted portion. It says Synchron's BCI system will work with Apple's built-in accessibility features. And, which I just got the newer Apple, the iPhone, which is with the AI, all right? And I haven't really had a chance to go through all of the accessibility features yet, all right? But for this thing to have the whole accessibility features in it, all right, it's going to have to be something major, all right? When you go into Siri, okay, there's so many shortcuts and things that you can do with your accessibility, it's crazy, man. All right, and for them to actually, have this BCI built in to where they are going to use it that way, it's going to be insane, bro. It's crazy work that the Most High, through the spiritual demon Satan, give them those thoughts and everything to how to be intricate in creating this technology, man. It says giving users a way to use their devices with neural technology, building the groundwork for a new generation of cognitive input technologies. All right, now we know that word cognitive, okay, goes into your what? Your thoughts, right? Your behavior. All right, pertaining to cognition. All right. What's the word cognition? All right, it says your ability to comprehend, your mental act or process of knowing. Okay, this is your understanding, man. Your cognitive goes into your understanding. All right, the way you do things. Let me get the actual definition with the neural definition of cognitive. All right, so the cognitive neuroscience is a scientific discipline that studies the relationship between the brain function and the cognitive process. It aims to understand how the brain supports mental activities such as perception, attention, memory, language, decision-making, and consciousness. All right. Cognitive neuroscience combines principles from psychology. That's pretty much the point. All right. It aims to understand how the brain supports mental activities such as perception, attention, memory, language, decision-making, and consciousness. Which all of those character traits, all of those characteristics go into what? Your understanding, all right? Your attention, your memory, how you make decisions, how you conscious, your perception of things. That's all about your understanding, man. All right. And this is something that they are going to bring, as they said, a new groundwork for cognitive input technologies, contrary to traditional assistive devices that copy hardware inputs. A BCI HID can permit bi-directional communication between the BCI and the device. All right. And this is the point I want to get. All right. Right on top of the larger trend, it says Apple is helping to pioneer a new interface paradigm where brain signals are formally recognized along touch, voice, and typing. You see, taking away with it the natural things. Okay. Instead, you gonna have brain signals that's connected to a chip that's in your brain. And instead, you don't need to touch, you don't need to say, you don't need to type anything, all right? It says, with BCI recognized as a native input for Apple devices, there are new possibilities for people living with paralysis and beyond. All right, and, there we go with the lying wonders. All right, 2 Thessalonians, doing those miracles, man. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, okay? Pseudos miracles, man. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And the Lord is going to make you take the M.O.T.B, a majority of you Jakes, all right, you 2/3, and all you other nations, man, because you receive not the love of the truth, that you might be saved, It says, and for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So they're going to believe these pseudos miracles, man. All right. The pseudoscience. Okay. They're going to actually think, oh, this is good. You see? Because the Lord is going to make them do it. It says in the NLT, so God will greatly cause them, so God will cause them to be greatly deceived, and they will believe these lies. All right. These miracles, man. To see, have a blind person see again. All right. have a crippled man walk through what? Using these brain-computer interfaces, man. And this is what this is set up for, all right? But, that's pretty much the point. Verse 12, I read, it says that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. All right, and that's going to be a judgment, man. All right, and this is the convenience killer right here. All right, because at the end of the day, you ain't take heed to the word. You ain't believe what the truth is, or the men that was telling you what it is, man. All right, but you had what? Pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay, you had pleasure in what's the word I just used? Oh my God, we gotta get out of here, man. Convenience. You had pleasure in convenience, man. And man, you're gonna be destroyed for it. So that's pretty much the point. I just wanted to get into a quick lesson on this. I've been kind of sitting on it for a day or two. Once it first came out, I saw the apostle posting and then immediately went to, digging into more information on it. But, it's all good through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. So until next time, we give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings, citations to the hopefully elect. Till next time,